Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. Sorry I'm peeking around the shop because I just realized I wanted to show something. Yeah, whatever. I was going to show the factory sheet for this Fallkniven F1, but I will forego that right now. I think I put it with the shipping materials ready to go out the door. So anyway, this knife belongs to Mike down in Chester, Virginia, and he sent this to me asking if I could create him a good scout carry sheath. Uh, which for those of you who aren't aware means you'd carry it horizontally in the small of your back. So a right-handed scout sheath means you'd reach behind you with your right hand and pull the knife out like so. So that's what we have here. You can see it's oriented with the tech lock on this side of the sheath so that if it's behind me, I could reach behind and draw with my right hand. He wanted me to attach an Exotac fire rod. So you see that here. Normally I put the fire rod on the back side of the sheath, and but that would require that the tech lock be over the top of that holder, which would put it even further from the body. So I'm trying it like this. However, this holder is ambidextrous. You can easily flip it to the other side of the sheath. No fuss, no muss. Very easy to do. So if you do want to switch this over and have it be on the other side, you can easily do that. So you got it in Cryptek Blood Red Kydex. I really like this stuff. It's one of my favorite prints. I just think it looks really awesome. I love that color. And you can see it's a very straightforward and simple setup. Before I forget, I got to tie some shock cord on this. As you use the ferro rod, it's going to shrink the rod. Obviously, you're wearing material off it, and it will become loose in its holder. For now, it self-retains because it's nice and snug in that loop. But after probably a few I'd guess like 3 or 4 uses, that sucker's going to be loose in there. So I put elastic shock cord on it that you can stretch around, and it holds itself into that loop. So I'll do that obviously after this video. And other than that, this is a very straightforward setup that you see. As far as the fit goes, when you're working with knives that have these sort of rubberized handles, it's a little bit more difficult to get a good retention on them because the rubber wants to grip the Kydex, so you can't make it the same tightness you would normally go with because then it would erode the rubber over time. I think this is technically Kraton. I don't know if it's got to be some form of petroleum product or rubber, I'm sure. But Kraton, and the same thing goes for a lot of like the knives that you see from Mora, a lot of the cold steel, where they all have this sort of softer rubberized handle material. It can just be a real detriment to use the Kydex the same way you would on micarta or G10 or other really hard handle scales, where where the tightness is really what's keeping that knife in there around the handle. So we got to let it be a little bit looser, and at the same time you're not going to get much of a Kydex click because this material is a little bit more shock absorbent. So I think I found a really good balance point between it. You still get a little bit of a click. It's not too tight, but it's very good retention. So you can hear just a little bit of click. There's no rattle, no play. Certainly not going to have your knife fall out on you while you're using it. And of course, you got a little ballistic one-handed draw. So the draw is very interesting feeling on these Kraton or rubberized handles, where you feel resistance, and then it just kind of pops off. Whereas some of the sheaths that I make for knives with micarta or G10 or Grivery or whatever else, you feel a consistent smoothness along the resistance before the popping point, that a couple millimeters or whatever. This one just sort of pops off. So anyway, I think the retention worked out really nice on this. I think it looks nice, and it's going to carry nice and low profile, about as low profile as you can get scout carry. You can get technically the width that you see here on this back piece of the tech lock. If you were to go with soft loops or a leather scout strap, you'd be able to eliminate that little bit more. But personally, I think a tech lock is the best option because of how strong it is. So, and versatile. You can switch this. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to say. You can switch the tech lock up on here and have it carry for a vertical setup, or you can have it carry canted for a cross draw. So if I wanted to, I could put that tech lock as a right-hander. I would put it on this side of the sheath, and I would have it sit roughly at this angle. So I would put the knife on my left hip, canted upwards slightly for a comfortable cross draw. So I get, whoops, that was me knocking my knocking another sheath off my desk. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Sorry to ramble on. Sorry for the congestion and all that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this sheath. If you did, hit that like button. If you like the channel, subscribe. If you want to comment down below, tell me what you think of this. Tell me what you think of a tech lock versus a leather scout strap or a pair of soft loops for scout carry. Excuse me. And of course, tell me what you think of the Fallkniven F1. I really love this knife. I recently gave mine away to a friend, so I'm probably going to buy another one at some point. But the F1, the S1, and the A1, I love all three of them. So, all right, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for sticking around, and tune in for the next one. God bless.